Welcome to an episode of Bargain Saturdays, and this week I decided to venture into the realm of B-movies starring John Wayne with this 25 movie pack, and we're going to first take a look at Helltown from 1937, though I have to admit the choice of name is a bit weird. Originally it was released underneath the name Born to the West, but when it was reissued it was changed to Helltown at the request of the author of the book the movie was based on. Apparently, he didn't really approve of the original title for whatever reason. He actually gave them a list, and Helltown was the one the studio went with. I'm not sure why, because neither town we get in this movie really qualifies as Helltown. I mean, sure, in the second town we see John Wayne's character do some gambling and start losing his cousin's money, and his cousin has to step in, to save the day by winning all the money back and revealing that the people that John Wayne character was playing against were cheating him by using a loaded deck, which they brought in by bringing in some drinks. I don't even know how that fooled him, because when they cool decked him, as they called it in the movie, they have the drinks literally sitting on top of both sets of cards. You think it would be sort of noticeable, he's got all these drinks and the plate just sits perfectly still as he's moving them unevenly from the tray. That's obvious bullshit. I don't know how John Wayne's character didn't catch it and just instantly been I'm out, boys. I know you're trying to cheat me. I'm just taking what little money I've won and I'm running. I will not be scammed, But no, he's a clueless braggart that starts losing badly, so his cousin has to step in and win back his own money, and reveal how his cousin got cheated.
So you've been cold decking him. Throw your money in the center of that table. This game is going to end right where it started.
Though I'd say the worst part about this film is in the opening bit where we have some cattle rustlers trying to steal his cousin's cattle. Mainly because the fight doesn't make much sense. We have a bunch of people that, they're riding around on horses shooting at each other, but we don't know where they're at in relationship to each other, so the shooting just feels like it's random and pointless. Because I don't know if they're actually aiming at anyone, roughly. Just why are you shooting? Who are you shooting at? Who's on whose side here? I can't tell, because some of the guys that are evil have black shirts, but some of them have white shirts that look a lot like the white shirts of the good guys. I'm like who's who here? You shouldn't make stuff like that confusing. Another thing to bring up with this film is that a good chunk of the film is also stock footage that I guess was taken from an old silent film and just reused for this one. And John Wayne himself is playing a lovable rogue, or at least trying to. He probably does he does an alright job with it, I suppose, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to root for a guy that, shows up, tries to help steal some of his cousin's cattle on accident, because he's I want to join the winning side of a fight so I can get some free food or something because I'm broke. Then when his cousin, offers him a job, he turns it down. Then his cousin's okay, here, have $100 and just head on out to Idaho or whatever and just leave. And then he meets his cousin's girlfriend. He's you know what? I've changed my mind, cousin. I'm staying to steal your girl. Hard to really appreciate a guy like that, right? Moving in on his own brother's turf. Oh, man. That's just low, man. Makes me think of that time my cousins, broke into my mom's car and stole a bunch of money out of her purse. That's just really low and dirty. So yeah, I can't really, be rooting too much for his character. Of course, John Wayne gets the girl in the end, and the cow rustlers, basically all get killed or captured by the end too. And a lot of the stuff that happens in this film is highly predictable, but some of that stuff with the opening fight scene, yeah, I'm just I don't like it at all because of how confusing it is. But there are definitely worse B films out there. We'll be talking about one of them next week. Until then, see ya.
Tom says I ought to settle down. Maybe pick me out a nice girl and get married. And since you're not
already spoken for. I guess I'll just marry you.
There. You tell your cousin Tom I think you'll live.
That'll probably be the worst news he has all day.